Hello everyone, it's Verónica Moreno here, coach and therapist, and in this video I'm gonna be talking about how to be okay with not being okay. One of the main things I'm asked in when I give workshops or talks, or even when I have sessions with my clients is how can I avoid feeling bad? Like, how can I not have low moments? How can I remove my emotions? How can I not get stressed? I would like to not get stressed, no matter what's going on. And I always say the same thing, but you can't. It's human nature. We are emotional beings, so we are gonna react. We are gonna feel stressed. We are gonna feel sad, angry if there are certain things that are affecting us. So I think the key in terms of personal development or personal growth or whatever you want to call it is not about avoiding those moments because we would be, I don't know, becoming robots basically instead of humans. It's not about removing those moments or not having those moments. It's about knowing how to deal with them. It's about having tools to manage them and overcome them, and that's what's really useful. That's what's really important to know, because otherwise, we can get stuck in those in those negative thoughts or feelings of anger, sadness, frustration, and getting stuck on those in that state is not healthy. But avoiding that state is not healthy either. So I'm gonna be talking about what can we do when we have these really low moments. We all have these moments. We all go through situations like this. It's human nature. So the first thing you need to do is give yourself permission to not be okay. You are allowed to not be okay. Everyone is allowed to not be okay every now and then, right? So if you're having a terrible day, don't feel guilty because you're feeling that way. Just give yourself permission to stop, to think about it, and to give yourself a bit of time to deal with it. So the second step is embrace how you feel. Again, don't feel guilty for feeling bad. Don't feel guilty for feeling sad or angry. Don't think it's something negative or something bad. If you feel a certain way, our emotions are the way our body has to say something's wrong, something needs to change. So if you feel stressed, if you feel sad, if you feel angry, if you feel frustrated, I don't know, whatever you're feeling, you have the right to feel that way. And the problem is that sometimes we try to just avoid it and ignore it, and that's like just hiding it. So we're basically putting a lid, but that's gonna stay there. The emotion is gonna stay there. And with time, it can even turn into physical symptoms because we're not releasing that energy, we're not releasing that motion. Which leads me to the third step, which is express your emotions in a healthy way. I have a video explaining all about emotions, what the basic emotions are, how we can express them in a healthy way. But in summary, one of the main things you can do is to journal, is to do some journaling. Write about it, write about how you feel, and let it out. And that's one of the easiest and healthiest ways to deal with whatever's going on inside for you. So once you're giving yourself permission to stop, to think, to embrace how you feel, just write about it. And also you can do some journaling to get clarity. Journaling not only helps you let out what you feel, it helps you with clarity, with kind of reorganizing your ideas. If you're very stressed about a certain situation, when you write it down and you're trying to think, okay, so what's the source? Ask yourself questions. Okay, so what's the source of my stress? What's the source of my sadness? Why do I feel this way? Okay, what triggers this? What can I do? What can I do about it? What can I do to change it? When does this happen? Does this follow a pattern? Is this something that normally happens to me? Is this new? Has this happened to me before? Have I had this problem before? How have I solved this? So ask yourself all these questions to get clarity around around the situation, but again, always from the approach of dealing with it rather than just punishing yourself for feeling that way, because you have the right to feel whatever you're feeling, and we all have low moments, and we have the right to have them, and you are allowed to have a breakdown, to have a low moment. It's human nature. So just focus on, okay, I'm gonna understand why this is happening, I'm gonna allow this to happen, but I'm gonna focus on understanding why this is happening and what can I do to fix it. So only, and this is the last step, only when you've spent some time allowing yourself to release what you need to release, doing some thinking, doing some journaling about the situation, then you can move to the final step, which is, yeah, of course, you can think about doing some activity to just snap out of it, you know, like some exercise is always one of the best ways to feel better. Every time I feel a bit sad or I start worrying about something, and I know that's gonna lead me to more worrying, and eventually feeling sad, feeling frustrated, blah blah blah. Every time I see that happening, and that kind of the beginning of that string, instead of pulling it, I think, okay, I'm gonna do some yoga, I'm gonna go for a run, I'm gonna go for a walk, I'm gonna do some squats, whatever works for you, but some physical exercise that gets you out of that state. Any type of physical activity is great for that, and it has an almost immediate effect. After 30 minutes of doing whatever I decide to do, I know I feel much better, I know I feel more optimistic, so do that, but only when you have stopped a little bit and embrace the situation and give yourself permission to just deal with whatever's going on, for you. So choose, I call this an antidote activity. So it can be exercise, but I mean, it can be listening to your favorite song, it can be, I don't know, calling someone you feel comfortable talking to, someone you know you always feel better after talking to, you know, have always that antidote activity ready, to make sure you break the stress cycle, and that's gonna help you feeling much better. But again, I mean, the message I want to send with this video is that it is okay to not be okay. Sometimes there's nothing wrong with that. We all go through these moments, and don't feel guilty, don't punish yourself, just allow yourself to be in the situation, and yeah, just instead of trying to ignore it or repress it or remove it, okay, I'm in this state, I'm in this situation, now I'm gonna try to understand why, and I'm gonna see what I can do about it. Try this and see how it goes next time. And if you have any questions, please leave a comment. Have a good day. Bye bye.